So sorry, but I'm not taking off my glass.
Lockyer takes a shot. It's low. He's got it. I think he's got it.
Merlin, are you going to speak?
But for me, it was a winner. David.
Well, I'm afraid it wasn't for me, Margaret.
Thank God you're here. Grandma's been raped.
On.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Watch some free-to-air TV. Welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Ladies
indeed.
and gentlemen.
It's the OTAT Christmas special with nothing apart from the introduction Christmas related.
No, but it'd be rude if we didn't mention the holiday.
Yes.
The birthday of the great man himself.
Correct, yep.
The miracle worker.
Welcome back to On the Air Tonight, the number one podcast that sometimes reviews free-to-air television.
Welcome back to the inaugural Christmas episode.
Mm-hmm. I'm Santa.
I suppose it doesn't make me Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
no,
it does.
It makes me Jesus Christ.
You're my wife.
my wife.
My wife.
Santa Bora. Is my wife.
People think the workshop is in North Pole. It's actually in Kazakhstan.
Is a million green martinis for every boy who's been good.
And one
nice.
and one dirty mustache.
Is my daughter. She's a prostitute. She fucks you. She fucks all the good boys.
Well, there's no reason to straight plagiarize.
Okay. Such a good improv partner, dude.
Yes and no.
Set me up in a shitty Borat Santa bit and then fucking cut me down at the best bit.
No, keep going, man. It was good.
It was great. His daughter's handing out fucking freebies because it's Christmas.
Is it his daughter or his sister?
He
doesn't have a daughter.
In the film, it's his daughter.
It's his sister. His sister's the number two prostitute in Kazakhstan.
That's true. In the film, he does have a daughter, though. Did you ever watch the Borat film?
Yeah. What are we talking about here?
Sorry, the Borat sequel.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there was Borat 2 this year, I think.
Did anyone watch the Borat sequel is my question.
I did.
Did anyone important watch the Borat sequel?
Well,
let me just stop you right there.
Not Mrs. Claus.
Shut your unimportant mouth.
Get it. Santa's talking. Didn't realize Santa had the floor. So I'm excited for Christmas, and I just thought it's been a big year.
It's been a huge year.
It's been a massive year of OTAT,
Mm.
and you know us at this point. We don't need an excuse to not talk about free-to-air television.
No.
So we thought we're not gonna spoil the last episode of the year. Spoilers alert! This is the last episode of the year.
It is for now.
For now. Keep your eyes peeled, ladies and gentlemen. It's probably the last episode of the year.
Yeah, we've got something special for you this episode.
We thought we're not going to spoil the final episode of the year with just, SBS On Demand's got horrible, what do you call them? Fears. What are they called?
Embarrassing bodies?
No,
or
not embarrassing bodies. What's another word for fear?
Phobia?
Yeah, for horrible phobias. Oh, I'm scared of cotton buds. I'm scared of cheese balls.
I love balloons.
Yeah, like we could have watched that. We might have even had a bit of fun watching it.
Yep. We could have just dragged the Louis Theroux, the man himself, Louis, just out of his bed again and be like, hey, you gave us the most views we've ever had on an episode. Give us another round.
Hey, free-to-air Santa Claus. Come on down. And you know who free-to-air Santa Claus really probably is Tim Allen's Santa Claus.
Is it, or is it Carl?
Well, Carl's a big one. He's one of the biggest givers. But if we're talking more literally, I just mean the Santa Claus, the film. I think I've seen it on free-to-air television every year since Jesus was a boy.
Can't even say that I've seen it, not for like at least
Really?
20 years probably.
Well, neither, but, there was the Santa Claus. There was the Santa Claus 2.
Two. Jack Frost?
That's number 3.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Jack Frost comes into it. It's like Alan Cumming, I think. Is
Yes, yes.
Dressed in blue with like icicle hair.
There's much I need to learn. But instead of going into whatever bullshit this holiday season brings, also they call it in the States, the holiday season, not bullshit, we decided to just sit on the mic for a bit, probably a little bit too long, some might say, and just say thanks. Thanks so much for giving us a fantastic year. Thanks for people who've jumped on in the last episode or have, given us a listen ever since back in yesteryear when we actually started the podcast late last year, and we were still recording a Christmas special on my bedroom floor. Flashback.
Don't pour that glass of wine over Joel Edgerton's face.
I think the UK office is better than the US office, and here's why.
I'll turn the air conditioning down. Charlie's in the next room. He's doing EDM sets in there. Tom's got 4 different roommates. Oh, it's flashback forward. Oh, g'day, Dan from Trademark. Heard you got a podcast studio. I've actually got a podcast.
Oh, that's great, mate. But I really don't want you in here.
Okay, well, what if instead of not having me in there, you do have me in there?
Oh, do you have a cooler, taller, more muscular mate than you?
Well, I've got a mate. The guy I do it with. It's funny you mentioned that because all the words you just described. It's funny because he's the complete opposite.
Oh, righto.
But he is a mate.
Yeah,
who
okay.
I do it with.
But he's cooler than you, right?
Oh, he's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's got to be because there's not being less cooler than you.
If I tell you he is, will you let me into the studio?
Yeah, all right. I'll give you a run at it.
Okay. G'day, Dan. These studios are fucking great. Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
Good luck getting rid of us.
To every week. Hey, can we use this for free and not give anything back?
Should we just not even record this episode? Just go back and cut a clip out of every episode and try and match up a conversation that somewhat makes sense.
It's a clip show. Every show that's jumped the shark and has run out of content, original content, clip show. You've seen it Simpsons. You've seen it on The Office. Everyone gets a clip show.
I'm trying to remember the first bit from the Gordon Ramsay show we were doing. Jordan Peterson. Was it Moradorus?
Yeah, Moradorus. Yeah. Oh, Moradorus. Fucking. So what you have to do is clean up your. They say clean up your bed. You actually have to clean up your kitchen.
Yeah, so for you to have a successful life, you need to clean up your kitchen, if you have a kitchen. If not, then get a job, asshole.
Jordan Peterson. Alaskan Bush People, episode 40. Is that what you were going?
No, please.
I was just going to say, oh, it's fucking Bear hitting a hammer with another hammer. Losing our horns to that.
Before we just go back and recap every single episode.
It's a narrative. It's a story.
Yes, it is. Just want to say thanks so much for joining us. We are just going off rip this episode. We don't have anything to review. I suppose we have a couple of reviews to review, some rare reviews.
Can't forget those. This is one of those episodes, I mean, that whole bit just then isn't going to make a whole lot of sense to someone who's just come into the podcast.
It's not going to make much sense to people who've been listening to us from day dot. It doesn't make any sense to me, so.
Jake's has been staring at me lost this whole time.
You want me
get back on track.
You want to do improv classes with me next year, dude? Learn how to improv.
You got no idea, buddy. So if you are just tuning in, this is your first episode of OTAT. This is just an education and I suppose a reminder of all the gold that you've missed out on this year. Imagine everything we just said, but coming up organically and much funnier. That's what you're missing out on.
In a world where this podcast was actually funny, these would be two hosts who could actually carry a conversation without going off tangent.
Bum 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 bum. Speed Weed presents
Penis Wolf.
Dick Wolf and Speed Weed. So where were we? What is Christmas? I think is what we got to.
Yeah, dude.
It's a time for family, friends, Australians all around the nation to come together and just bathe in each other's presence.
Yeah, just drown in each other's company. Just absolutely inundate yourself with love, too much food.
Oh, you want to be treading water in love and food. You want to just have your head above water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be in the deep end, not being able to touch the bottom.
You want to have that panicking moment where you're like, oh no, this is it. This is the end.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
come up for a
that's
breath of fresh air and like, I actually want to drown a bit more.
I'd like to go back.
Yeah.
That's Boxing Day when you get a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And then you go back in the deep end because the test is on, and then you go, okay, beers.
Yep.
Okay, leftovers from the day before.
Oh.
I'm in the deep end again.
See, like, one of the best things about, for me, for Christmas is the food, and I'm sure it is for you too. What does a vegan eat if they don't have like honey baked ham and prawns?
It's a tough one.
Do you have just like chickpeas and tears, or room temperature raw oats?
So yeah, mum gets dad's breakfast recipe of raw oats and grapes.
Just tap water and rolled oats, yep.
And just puts that on a big platter across the table.
She doesn't even put it on a platter, just pours it across the table.
Pours
You
water.
gotta eat it like pigs off a trough, just...
And we get the non-vegan cousins and grandparents around. They go, "What the fuck is that?"
We're gonna go to KFC.
We're gonna go to Grand's house where there's meatloaf and ham. We're not eating this slop.
Just walking into you guys eating literally pig shit off a trough.
Yeah.
And just turn to each other. Did someone say KFC? I don't care.
That's a good ad.
That's their new campaign. Fuck vegans.
He's back on Madison Street. Madison Ave.
What if we... hang on, I need a sip of my milky milk.
And then as all the meat eaters walk in the room, me and the other vegans are just no cutlery, face down, eating out of a trough. We all like scoff at the meat eaters and go...
Not wearing clothes, wearing loincloths.
Yeah. No carbon emissions. Just think we're better than everyone else. Yeah, enjoy your ham. These grapes are great, dude.
Well, that sounds horrific.
No, it's actually really easy because mum and dad are all vegans and Jordan is a vegan, my sister. Only people who aren't are Gran and Pop because you can't teach an old dog the truth.
They're normal people.
Well, they're old heads.
Come on.
They're part of a class that is just not going to change.
We saw a world war,
class.
mate. We're not fucking eating your plant-based.
Yeah. Pop brings around his own little, like Don Draper's little sippy cup of milk because he's like, I'm not drinking fucking almond milk or oat milk. So Graham brings over a little bottle of full cream.
Mate, get him onto the oat.
But he would like it, but he'd tell you he doesn't because he's heard that it's vegan.
What you should do is pull a sneaky one on him, making him a coffee with a bit of oat, and he'd be like, this tastes like really creamy and good. What did you put in this? You're like, nutted in it, dude.
Yeah, nutted in your coffee, Pop.
Plant-based, bitch. It's my kids.
It's my vegan nut. Granddad. What's the matter? You don't like it? Same shit as cow juice.
No, it's great. I actually want more.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to need an hour and a magazine.
And 2 Powerades.
Pop, you keep the magazines on, you don't you?
You got any blue pills on your Pop?
Pop, you still doing 1980s porn and Valium?
Nan's in a good mood, so know you're popping the blue pills.
She hasn't complained all day. Yeah, no, it's if we go to a vegan restaurant with Pop, he'll like, even if he likes it, he'll act like he won't. He'll push his food around the plate and be like, I know it's vegan, therefore. But if you slip a bit of nut milk into his juice or slip him something non-vegan.
Nut milk into his juice. Hey.
Nut juice into
coming
his
into
coffee.
his juice. A coffee I was on board with, but...
Hey, Pop, how's that OJ taste? Some vegan cumin there. That's disgusting. But yeah, if you give him something and trick him, and don't tell him it's vegan, he won't know the difference.
Yeah, but as soon as he's like, I knew it. Yeah. I knew it, man.
Oh, I'm not eating that shit. Can't even say the word vegan. It's so funny. He's just like, your food.
Have you tried? I think we might have had this conversation before, but you've tried showing him the pod, haven't you?
No, not Pop.
Okay.
No, and not get around either. The concept of a podcast, they would have no idea what's going on.
And it's also just like ruining their perception of their perfect little Tom.
Mum kind of doesn't like me talking about it when they're around. As in, she will hear a bit about me masturbating on the podcast and then is afraid to say it in front of Grandma Pop. And I'm like, that's more than fair.
Yeah.
My parents shouldn't know about that, let alone my grandparents.
Grow up.
Rub some Vaseline on your balls. Get over it.
My grandfather taught me how to masturbate. So
well, I'm sure he loves the pod then. He liked me a lot.
Well, he's dead, so.
Oh, okay.
He died teaching me how to
He
masturbate.
died listening to the podcast.
What are you doing with that fucking bovine?
You're doing it wrong. Michael Hutchins himself.
What are you doing? I just need the keys to your car. You don't need to start a car to masturbate.
Oh, Pop. You have no idea.
Come on.
Come on,
It's
Pop.
2021.
One.
I was nearly saying 2.
Is that when he died? Did he die this year?
Did he? No.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say, did he die in 2022? I was like, all right, what kind of fucking space-time continuum are we on?
What bit have we entered
Did he
in?
die yesterday, next year, dude? Hey.
How have you been since the last time we recorded? How's your week?
Tiring. It's been a big week. It's been a big week.
It's been
one big week since we did a record.
I haven't slept since 48 hours ago.
It's been a big week. Big week for the boys.
Jake is tired.
Yeah. I think we're both tired.
Yeah, we're both a bit short.
But I'm grumpy as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I need my fucking oat milk.
One of us got to work from home today and one of us had to go to the office.
Yeah.
And I mean, that takes it out of a man. That takes it out of a man when he has to show up, plug his laptop in, drive to work, walk up the hill.
In that order.
Yeah.
Get to work, plug in my laptop, and then drive to work.
Walk up there. I couldn't put them in order there.
I'm struggling. You can't even keep a timeline.
I suppose a part of the reason you're so sleepy is we'll get into the Christmas party, the office Christmas party, which was on the weekend.
Happened in the past week.
Did happen in the past week. But before that happened, I had a day at the cricket.
You did. Tommy got free tickets to the Ashes day 1. 2.
Day 2, Thursday. Day 2 of test 1 at the Gabba.
If you don't know what the Ashes is, it's basically let's sit in the sun and get heat stroke and watch a bunch of blokes hit a ball for 8 hours.
And watch them get heat stroke. It's a funny old sport because it's literally an endurance test.
Yeah. For the viewer.
Yeah. Literally for the viewer and for the player, because it's like one of those old like Biggest Loser challenges when they were like, oh, you have to stand there and not move for 48 hours.
So you can run on the treadmill the longest.
Yeah. Or like hang off this pole the longest. And to film it just like one shot, one take, and not edit it up would be like the most boring thing in the world because they're not even moving. If they're just trying to stand there, they're not moving. Cricket's pretty much just an endurance test of sport. And it's like someone went, okay, let's see how long these guys can stand in the sun for and then televise it and make it the national pastime.
Sounds atrocious.
But it's so good. Well, I mean, I'm a cricket guy now.
Okay.
I'm kind of a cricket guy.
Gets free tickets once to the Ashes.
I'm definitely on the bandwagon. I'm not a day oneer. We speak of day ones. I'm not a cricketing day oneer.
Yeah.
I was big back in the day when we won everything. I remember watching it as a pup with like Gilly and Warney and everyone just running around, Ponting, just taking wickets. And
Michael Clark.
Yeah, we won every fucking year. Fallen off, but now I'm back on the bandwagon. Went to one day of the cricket on Thursday. We were in the 10% of the Gabba that was in the sun all day. Like everywhere else got a little bit of shade.
No wonder you got the tickets for free.
Yeah, it was front row. So we're like, these are fucking amazing. And for the first maybe half hour of the day, we were in the shade, but we just saw the sun. We saw the shade creeping back. And we were like, oh, that's going to hurt when it hits us. And then that was the next 9 hours.
Did you slip, slop, slap?
Yeah, but you're just wet. Like any sunscreen you put on just like slides right off you because you're covered in sweat all day.
There's no time to absorb because you're constantly perspiring.
Yeah. And same with the beer you drink. Like you don't even, it's great because you just pound beers all day. Well, I brought a flask in. I was doing gin and lemonades, flask down the Dax.
Not bad.
Well, it saves you like a good $100 at least.
Easily.
The $9 mid-strengths. It's like, I'm not doing that.
I mean, what does a lemonade cost you? $5?
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
So you're telling me it's only $3 cheaper?
No, because that's a bottle of lemonade and that gets you good for that gets you through like 3 or 4 drinks.
I mean a cup of lemonade.
No.
It's like if you're paying $9 for a beer or $6 for a lemonade to bring your own warm gin in.
Yeah, just drink
I'm
the
still
beer.
taking the gin.
But the point is, no matter what you're drinking, you sweat it out quicker than you consume it. So like you don't really get drunk because you just fucking pouring beer out of your pores all day.
I think you do get drunk, but you're so heat stroke battered from the sun that you don't even like. There's not enough comprehension going on, and you're sitting still the whole time. So it's not like you're walking around. Like you know when you're having lunch, like if you're having a boozy lunch or a dinner, and you're good. Like if 4 or 5 pints, you're like, yeah, I'm sweet, and then you go up to go to the bathroom, like, whoa,
yep,
definitely couldn't drive.
Yeah, it's good until you stand up.
Correct.
And that's my big qualm with this QR codes that you scan in on at restaurants where you don't have to go to the pub. You've been to Fallon's lately where you just scan the code on the table, the menu pops up, and you order it off your phone.
It's one of the greatest innovations we've ever had.
It's good, but it removes the drunk metric. It removes the self DUI test.
Yes.
You're like, oh no, I'm sweet, and then you stand up to piss, and you're like, ooh,
removes the drunk measuring stick, but also removes the need to talk to people. So you could just sit there on your phone the whole time, not talk to any of your mates, not talk to a bartender. Just like when they bring their drink along, pint of cranberry with a drop of lemon juice for Tom. You just like reach out your hand,
I'll take it.
Don't even say that, just reach out your hand and just make like a clamping motion.
And then all your friends go, Tom, what the fuck did you order? You go, don't fucking talk to me. I'm back on the menu. I'm ordering my next drink right now.
I'm watching Twitch streams.
Yeah. People can't get mad at you for being antisocial and texting because you're like, just looking at the menu.
They definitely can.
Just trying to figure out what I'm going to order.
Yeah.
Which also sucks because in all seriousness, when you sit down, catching up with mates you haven't seen for maybe 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12 months.
You feel rude getting on your phone.
Everyone sits there and it's like there's no fucking breaking of the bread where you just sit down, pull the menus out, get waited on, everyone's chilling. The first 20 minutes of every order is like, oh, have we checked in? Oh, have we? Now you just put there, and have you got Apple Pay on your phone? You've got to get Apple Pay to pay for this one.
Got to try and engage in the conversation whilst looking at your phone like, oh yeah? No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just going to get... There's 2 minutes left in happy hour. Just really... All right, tell me a fucking story about your shitty toddler.
Yeah. And I'll pay extra for the beer, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll miss happy hour because your toddler learnt to walk.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Oh, you created life.
Guess what? I'm now learnt to walk to the fucking bar because now drinks are $8, not $6.
That's a bigger revelation, dude. We're overpopulated as it is, and you not only bring another shitty little rat bag into the world, but you waste my time and my money.
That's not even a cute one. If you're going to show me a baby, at least make it a cute one.
If it's not a dog, I don't care.
Yeah, show me dog pics. Oh, a dog riding a baby? Sorry, the other way around. Still not that cute. I want just dogs. There's babies in the photo. I don't want it.
Did they show you the photo of their baby? Oh, is this a meme? Is this a good one?
This is a meme.
Where's the punchline? Where's the caption?
Where's the joke? Oh, no, that's my son.
It's not. The photo's not deep fried.
That's my 2-year-old son, Tommy.
Shit meme, dude.
Have you seen all these baby memes going around? There's no punchlines to any of them.
There seem to be a lot more around this age of 27, 28.
Yeah. Like post 27 and after people get married as well. All their phones are just baby memes.
These marriage memes suck, dude. Just a whole lot of like black and white photos of people looking like they love each other. I mean, I assume so because I don't know what that feeling is, but...
Whatever happened to just like why you know memes?
Yeah.
You know? Like now it's all like, oh, even videos, wedding videos, like that's not a meme.
Oh, when's the bass getting blown out and it's going real shaky, the camera?
With the Death Grips edit coming in. I haven't seen one of those in years.
Oh, stay united.
It's just Corona ads with fucking Corona music over it. New age memes. I don't get it. Call me old fashioned. I just want Kermit the Frog.
Call me old fashioned. I just go to the cricket and I don't look at memes.
But I did want to just note a few things from the cricket.
Yeah, go on. It's gonna be a long episode.
Oh yeah. It just rubbed me the wrong way because obviously, as we said, it's an endurance test. It's not boring, but it's a long fucking day. I wasn't bored once. So
got to toe the line there.
Let me preface all of this.
Wasn't boring. I got to appease to the majority of Australians here. We all love the Ashes.
I had a great fucking day, and I'm very excited for the second test and the rest of the series.
Sure.
But all of that being said, you need to find ways to entertain yourself at the Gabba.
Oh, wow. Because
the sport that's going on in front of you, there's drink breaks, there's tea, there's lunch, there's breaks between overs. It's slow moving.
They throw they throw the ball 6 times. Someone hits it, awesome. If not, it's like, all right, 60-second break, guys.
Yeah. Well, that's why the crowd take it upon themselves to do your Mexican waves. That's good fun.
Invigorating.
It's pretty fun, dude, when you're amongst it. There's beach balls that get battered around.
People sculling.
Yeah,
Seen a lot of those videos.
A lot of sculling videos, though. And it's like on brown cardigan, as if it's like a funny meme.
Yep.
Again, no punchlines to those. It's just a guy sculling 4 beers.
Yeah.
Didn't really
He's
get
doing
it.
his best Bob Hawke impression.
Yeah. So there's the beach balls that get battered around. Wow. And there is, have you seen the cup snakes? That's a good one.
Cup snake. Oh, the cup snakes.
The cup snakes. So
Don't get me started on the cup snakes.
Well, I'm going to get myself
All right,
started.
let's go.
Do you know what it is?
I know what it is.
Okay, so there's if you don't know what it is, you get your plastic cups at the footy. It gets passed around. Someone starts and has like 10 stacked up. They get passed on to the next person, another 10, and that gets passed around the stadium. And people add and add and add to the massive stack until it's a snake. And that sometimes can go a whole lap around the stadium and become fucking like a good 10 meters long. Wow. And it's pretty incredible to watch.
Shows how fucking wasteful we are.
Yeah, I know. But at least,
200 plastic cups that are never getting used again.
Have some fun with them before they go into landfill.
Before fucking Flipper chokes on them.
Yeah, at least we got a good snake bit out of it. At least it distracted us from the cricket for a
Sorry,
second.
how is this a snake? Oh, it's long? All right.
Okay.
Go on.
All right, I'll choke on that later. Come on, Mrs. Turtle.
Oh, did you miss it?
Let's
It's the one highlight of the game. Oh, we missed it because we were making a fucking animal out of
there's
plastic
been
cups.
4 wickets in the time that we got this snake to 4 meters. Oh, well, there's 4 more tests. I'm sure we'll catch up later. My point is security have a big problem with that, with both of those things. Mexican waves, you can't really stop. I do remember back in the day they banned them because people were pissing in cups and throwing them in the air.
Yeah, okay. That's a good bit.
Yeah. Right?
I can get around that.
I'm like, don't ban the wave, ban the piss in the cup.
If I could piss in front of other people, I'd definitely be doing that.
Sounds like a great time to the cricket. So the Mexican wave happened. Secchies can't do much about it. But with the beach balls that were getting battered around, the Secchies, if it went into the crowd and the Secchies were down there, if the ball went down to one of them, they would grab it and sit on it and deflate it and ruin everyone's fun.
Yeah, that's a bit Grinch of them.
Yeah, and even sometimes the Secchi went into the crowd to get the beach ball and grab it off them and deflate it.
There's probably some, like, I'm not standing by it, but there's probably some.
Yeah, tell me the reason. Is there a reason?
There must be some justification as far as the one thing that pops into my head is like, don't want it interfering with play.
I couldn't roll my eyes at it. Like, I get it, and I know you're not on the side of it.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to put myself in like the mind space of a neck-bearded, introverted incel loser who
Rule maker.
Yeah,
A red tape drawer.
a really oversized human that just actually kind of sounds like me. Maybe I should become a security
Don't
guard.
try too hard. You'll become him. You did it. Oh, Jake.
ID, please.
Beach ball.
How many you had tonight, mate?
Beach ball, me pal.
Yeah, it's a shitty rule. It's a shitty rule.
And I get Secchi's tackling streakers. There were like multiple streakers on the day. Secchi's have to tackle them. They weren't naked, but that's interfering with play.
You know what it was? You know why they interrupt the beach balls, streakers, plastic cups? It's because they know that people come to the cricket to be bored. And they don't want people to be entertained in any way, shape, or form. So they're like, all right, if we see anyone having any sort of modicum of fun, stamp it out straight away.
Yeah.
There's a fire, fucking put it out.
Yeah. Oh, people enjoying themselves.
Oh, no.
This is Test cricket, guys.
Hang on, let me just get you an encyclopedia or a dictionary to read instead.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a 8-meter long snake cup. Here's Sudoku.
Yes. Well, Sudoku's pretty fun.
Okay, you really are turning into all these guys.
Don't get me started on numbers, man.
11 good brain strain.
You telling me 9 numbers? There's 9 times 9 squares.
That's like a good Friday night in.
Fucking hell, man! I'll take that on a date if I ever got invited to one.
Yeah, I'll take it to the cricket. Take her to the cricket and do Sudoku in front of her. Come on, Dove.
So tell me what it is. Shut up.
She's like, oh, I hate cricket. Don't worry, we're not going to be watching it.
I spent $300 on these tickets so we could sit in the shade, be around people, not interact with them, and just draw numbers and spin boxes.
I hate cricket, but do you like Sudoku? Do you like numbers? I just don't get, because, I mean, people go to the cricket, yes, they're going to be bored, but people are going to stop going if they can't enjoy themselves and they can't have fun. And yeah, I just...
No, they won't.
You're right. Those guys won't because they're diehards. Like, they're going to test cricket and they're just doing it because it's there. They will be there regardless. But I just don't see the point of like crushing beach balls and crushing snakes. It's such harmless fun.
It is very humbug of them. You know what? Just don't go to the cricket.
Yeah, okay. That's the other option.
If you got free tickets, go for it. But you sounded like you had a good time. You came out of it not looking very sunburned. You got a bit of a nice tan going on. But that's because you're also a Gold Coast boy.
Oh, this skin olives up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this olive skin tans nicely.
It's that moldy blood.
It's, kia ora. It's the half Kiwi in me. Am I half Kiwi? Because both my parents are from NZ.
Are you half Kiwi if both your parents are from NZ?
And I'm born here.
I think you're retarded.
Okay, dude. Can you just give me half retarded?
With that question that you've just asked, no, it makes you Australian if you're born here, but your origin is New Zealand background.
If I was born in New Zealand and grew up here.
They're twist tops, hey.
Oh, okay.
Tom just used a bottle opener on a twist top beer. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Yeah, so if I was born in NZ, grew up here with New Zealand parents.
Oh, if you're born in NZ, then you're a Kiwi.
Even if I was born there and then moved over here 6 months later.
Technically, you're still
Very
like...
technically.
If my parents are from this country, I was born in this country, but I moved to a different country.
But you grow your whole life up in the other country.
Sure.
Like, I was born in Australia, just to be clear.
Okay, right.
But my sister was born in New Zealand and then came over here, I think, 6 months later.
I think it's blurred lines. I think it comes down to like patriotism and what you affiliate with.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel more Australian than I do New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah. You are... Don't take it as a compliment. You are quite Australian.
Thank you. It's so nice.
All right.
Like more than New Zealand?
Yeah.
Like more than you?
Of course. I don't have any affiliation to New Zealand apart from that.
No, I'm more Australian than you.
Oh, are you more Australian than me? You fucking tell me, mate.
You fucking tell. Listen to me roll these R's right here. How fast can you drink that? Go.
The guy who just tried to pop top a 4X gold, a twist top gold, asked me, am I more Australian than you, bro?
Hey, bro.
Oh, no, I think I'm more Australian than my guest.
Beached as. Beached is.
Nice reference, dude.
Nice, dude.
So, yeah, you went to the cricket, and then a day later, we went to our inaugural, well, I mean, it wasn't last year, but usually inaugural work Christmas party. They pulled a sneaky one on us to begin with.
Those sly devils. Those cheeky dogs.
The whole week, and like, this is my first work Christmas party at SCA. And the whole time they were geeing up, oh, in the past we've had they set up like a marquee, like carnival tent, and they had like the Greatest Showman theme with like trapeze athletes. And another year they hired out this massive venue and turned it into a stage with a live band, and you could do karaoke songs. It was called Rocky-oke. We've had like Rocky Horror theme. I was like, oh, this sounds amazing.
Sounds big.
And then the people organizing were like, well, look, it's going to be outdoors, so if it rains, we're fucked. It's going to be 5Ks outside the CBD. Right, righto.
We were going to catch a bus there.
We're going to catch a bus
Meet
there
at this bus stop.
from outside work, which is just at the top of Caxton Street.
We meet at the bus stop.
Meet at the bus stop.
All 80, 90 of us, 90 strong.
Yeah, I'd probably say there was, at least 10% to 15% of people who weren't there. So probably like 80 to 90.
When you see us all splayed out, it looked like a big group of people. So we're all waiting for the bus. And then all of a sudden, shout out Will, the GM, walks past and he's like, oh, move down this way. The bus isn't coming up there. I'm like, okay. Something weird's going on. We're lined up kind of outside, if you know Caxton Street, the Lord Alfred Hotel. It's at the top of Caxton, next to the bus stop. He leads us into the Lord Alfred Hotel. And he goes, okay, in here. Okay.
Pulled a real fast one on us.
No bus, guys. We're going to the Lord Alfred Hotel, and it is Prohibition themed.
Yeah, so they moved us up the street, and then they went, oh, actually, the bus is coming back down where we were originally. So we moved back down, and I saw people started filing into the Lord Alfred, and some people around me were making jokes like, oh, imagine if like the actual venue got shut down and they've just had to panic and hire out the function room at Lord Alfred. Like, how shit would that be? That's actually where the Christmas party is. It's at Lord Alfred.
But there was no panic of the other kind. There was just the plan from the get-go.
Yeah.
For Lord Alfred.
No.
And I'm not here to sound ungrateful.
We have it pretty damn good considering what other work Christmas parties are like, mate.
It was great. It was a good time. It was honestly all you needed. It's just, if you have been to previous Christmas parties in the past, the bar is set very high.
At this workplace.
To
be fair, we walked into the building, went up to the private function room, and they'd set it up as a speakeasy, which if you don't know what that is, 1920s prohibition themed when alcohol was illegal. So they had like black and white wanted photos up everywhere. The bartenders and waitresses were dressed up in like mafioso fedoras and like suspenders. They had like a photo shoot place with like a police lineup, like a height thing, like a usual suspects type photo shoot. Mug shots where you could get props.
Prop guns, prop necklaces.
Jackets, hats, you name it, they had it. Great food. One probably complaint of the night.
Okay, here it is. Okay, ungrateful Jake comes out. Okay.
Well, the one complaint was that like they had 100 people file in and 2 bartenders. So straight away there was a bottleneck, but that didn't last long.
Was there 2 bartenders?
It was like 2 to begin with, and then they had like 3
motherfuckers. They would have got hammered.
It was manic.
Yeah.
But compare that to like other like my sister's Christmas party. They were meant to go to the bowls club, and which is like fine. That's like, yep, cool.
Okay.
Free drinks, free food, play some bowls with your workmates, have a laugh for the afternoon. Got cancelled because they were scared about the weather, so instead they just opened up the boardroom, put some cold cuts out, couple beers, couple bottles of cheap champers. Merry Christmas! Oh, you got to go back to work in 2 hours, by the way.
Oh, Merry Christmas. This is where you work, and also tonight where you party.
So to put it in perspective, we had it fucking very good. Like a whole shebang put on for us.
Yeah. It was.
The music could have been better though.
You didn't look like you minded the music.
Yeah, but
by like 4 beers deep.
I make the most of situations. You know this about me. I'm an opportunist. I'm a blind optimist.
Yeah. It's only you're a respective complainer, as I am as well. Only in some capacity.
No, you're a sook.
No. I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
You're a sook.
You also were probably sooking a bit because you fucking got kicked out of the party like 3 times.
I didn't get kicked out.
So you didn't get let back into the party 3 times.
Well, we went downstairs.
And I'm on your side, not the Seki side here, just for the record.
Yeah, we went downstairs to have a private conversation.
A cigarette.
Yes, we went and had a cigarette outside.
This isn't me. This is you and Jackman and a
couple of other people. Yeah. Anyway, the point is, I didn't get kicked out. We just like the door closed, and then like we had to call someone to let us back in.
The Seki was like, "You're not getting back in." You're like, "We have a function upstairs. We just left the function." And the guy's like, "That's not my problem."
Yeah.
That's not my problem. It's like, bro.
So it was like the back door
to
the private function room. The guy was like, "Nah, go around the front." We're like, "All right, we'll go around the front." Went around to the front. Seki there was like, "Oh, we've actually got a different function here. We can't let you through." We're like, where we work like across the road, our function's upstairs. He's like, "That's not my problem." It's like, all right. And he's like, "Go around the back again." We're like, "All right, we'll go fucking around the back again." We eventually got back in. Good food, good drink, good company, lots of fun.
Simple dance floor, good dance floor. Lights were low. DJ was on.
Yeah.
Good time.
Ended right on 11 o'clock.
The house lights come on.
But our night did not end there.
Our night?
Our night?
You think it ends at 11?
It just begun.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll take 12 more hours. Thank you.
At that point,
thank you.
Our night was basically us showing our boring baby photos to our friends going, look how young and cute it is. It's barely grown up yet.
Yeah. Look at the potential it has.
It has so much potential.
Yeah.
Next minute.
Look at it in 7 hours.
Try fucking 12, dude.
Yeah. So we tried out a few more venues. We ended up at Ivy Blue on Caxton Street, good time. We ended up at Blutes in the Valley, karaoke, good time. You doing My Humps.
Yes.
As we go, the group is getting smaller and smaller, of course.
Oh, it went from 80 people at the Christmas party, whoever died off during that time, so down to probably 40. Cross the road to a different bar at 11, midnight, cut right down to like 12. Like we all got in Ubers. By the time we got to the Valley, other people just smoke bombed. By the time we got into Blutes karaoke bar, maybe six
of us.
Six of us.
From
And
80 down to 6 with 2 venue changes.
by 2:33 a.m., it was 4 of us. And we're like, we need to keep this going. Tom's like, I got vodka and gin at my house, just a short walk away.
Back to morn.
We walked as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we must have.
We did. I don't think we ordered an Uber.
No, we didn't. Because we went, is there any bottle-os around here? Can we get more piss?
And it was 3 a.m.
And we're like, okay, there's no bottle-os. Do you have hard liquor at yours, Tom? I'm like, yes, I have vodka. So good mate Singy, shout out Singy.
Shout out Singy.
Just goes into a 7-Eleven and buys like a good $80 worth of chips.
Durries.
Mixes. Soft drink, yeah. And we're just walking back doing dumbbell curls with all the bottles of Solo and Sprites that we had.
Yeah.
So went back to Tom's, powered through the night under the house.
Nice third person use, my friend.
Yeah, just charged and charged and charged.
And then did your favorite trick, little sneaky one, just fucking 4 a.m. Let's go watch the sunrise at Story Bridge.
Let's go to the spot.
It was good.
We've been there before, me and you.
Yep.
It's time to show some others.
Counted cranes.
Counted cranes. Not counting crows.
No, counting
Counted
cranes.
cranes.
Did not listen to Counting Crows while counting cranes.
No. Didn't Mr. Jones ourselves.
Brisbane just constantly, if you're not from here or you haven't been here for a while, Brisbane just seems to be in a constant state of construction. There's always a new tower, and I'm sure most metropolitan cities are like this, but it's like, my God, there's 15 fucking cranes in my eye view right now. Like, what's going on?
Oh, we are an uncompleted work.
Yeah.
Will
Work
we
in-
ever
a work
be-
in progress.
We are a work in progress, apparently. No matter how much we put up, no matter how many Story Bridges, Gabbas, Brisbane Icons, Blutes, no matter how many we do, there will still be something else to build.
Yeah.
Do you ever go, oh, I'm done? Does that ever happen?
I guess not.
I guess not, because then there'd be no cranes for us to count as well.
Far from perfect as a city, so extensive room for improvement.
We got, when I was kind of rallying the troops to get ready for the old Story Bridge, the good spot.
The three of us remaining.
The Tom and Jake makeout spot to, we thought we'd show a couple of others. So there's 2 others with us. Shout out Singy, shout out Liz. Liz, you can probably tell by her name, female.
Singy, you can tell by his name that he's a bloke.
A male, full blown male. So Liz had heels on for the party, and she was like, "Well, if I'm going to the Story Bridge,
here we go.
Can I borrow a pair of shoes?" I was like, "Yeah, I've got some Vans for you." And I didn't realize in the state that I was in, but I like lent her the Vans. She put them on, and you and Singy were in her ear like, "Oi, tell Tom that they're too tight for you."
I didn't say a thing to her.
Yeah, you did. That's not what she told me.
Sounds like Liz is a liar, but but your feet are small. She's a liar. That's all I know about the night.
So I found out in retrospect that they were way too big for her, and they were like clown shoes. But on the night, she's like, "These are a little bit tight for me," because Jake was trying to fucking remind me how small my feet were.
Warn him up. Warn him up.
Tom, this girl with size 6 feet, your shoes are too small for her. How does that make you feel? A real big man.
You don't even remember it, so grow up.
No, I don't. It all was told back to me.
I think the bit was, I remember even Liz going up to you and telling you, and you just like, not in the world to register it or make any acknowledgement. Be like, fuck off, man. Like, there was no point of view. Just us retelling you the story. You're like, yeah, right.
So she made a point of coming up to you and going, "Tom, these shoes are a bit small." Set up by you to do so. Yeah, okay. Right over my head, dude. You can't fuck with me. I'm untouchable in that state.
Yeah. You were on one.
I was bulletproof.
Spent a couple hours there. Liz parted ways at Story Bridge, so the dynamic trio, the destructive trio,
Jake, Singy, and Tom, roll back into New Farm
and spoke absolute nonsense for the next 4 hours.
Like it didn't stop just because the sun had risen. It was like 10 a.m. heat proper coming up.
Yes.
Into the next day.
A lot of energy. A lot of God-given energy and just adrenaline running that night.
Yeah. A lot of people saw a little bit of the activity we got up to waking up the next morning and they were like, are you guys still fucking going? Like people who went home at midnight the night before. Like, surely not.
Do you remember us FaceTiming Jackman?
No.
We FaceTimed one of our workmates. Shout out to Jackman. Very good friends with Singy.
This does ring a bell now that you mentioned
And this was probably like 10:30 and I was like, he's not going to pick up. And he did pick up and he was still in bed. He's like, he was like real groggy-eyed. I was like, you still in bed? He's like, yeah, you guys just woke me up. And I was like, that is such a bad reality check. Like, you probably left us at like midnight and you've gotten 10 hours of sleep and we've been going since 7 p.m. So that's like 15, 16 hours of partying.
It really sets you back for the rest of the weekend.
It sets you back for the rest of your life. Like after that and our last like all night that we pulled, like I've said this to multiple people, I've probably aged like 7 years in the past 4 weeks.
Yeah. I don't see us recovering anytime soon.
No.
I don't know if we'll ever recover.
Thank God we've got a couple of weeks off over Chrissy.
You know how they say like when you eat a hot dog, it takes off like 6.8 days of your life with every hot dog that you eat?
I think it's 6.8 minutes or something. I don't think
Yeah,
it's days.
it might be minutes. Yeah, it is minutes. It's under 10 minutes.
But also, who's able to like quantify that?
That's exactly right. But I would just say the same scientists who quantify that, if they were to quantify these nights, we're taking off like at least a couple of days with each night.
Easily, because I've been a shell of myself since we're recording this on a Wednesday, and we had the party on a Friday, and I'm still recovering.
Disgusting.
Just tired.
Just sleepy.
But
you know,
worth it.
Well, you know what they say? They say that life isn't measured by the amount of breaths you take. It's measured by the moments that take your breath away.
Okay. I can think of a more poetic and less cliche one than that.
Go on.
You never remember the nights you never remember the nights where you got a good night's sleep.
Well, I mean, I don't remember the nights that I didn't get a good night's sleep either.
Yeah, true, because you can't handle your alcohol.
Yeah. I heard someone talking at work about like the time that they went home. This is a respectable human.
Sure.
And he was like, oh no, I got out of there when I kind of noticed, when I felt like I was going to stop remembering things. I was just like,
how do you quantify that?
And like, even to have the thought process.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, how do you know it's about to happen? And be like, how do you have the self-control to just go, okay, I'm about to black out.
Like, I've gotten pretty good at like when I'm like feeling like, I'm getting a bit tipsy, I haven't eaten anything and there's no food around, I'm just going to go punch a couple waters.
Yeah.
And then I'll just like pace myself on my next drink to make sure it's lasts like 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But to be like, entering blackout phase, gonna go home before I try and grope someone.
Okay. To be clear, we don't fall into that category.
I don't.
Don't call me a gropist on the fucking podcast.
Gropist. Oh, you're the one with a quick term for it, Thomas.
It sounds like you've been called that before. My good friend. No.
Thomas, more like Tom must molest someone when he's a little bit pissy boy. Oh, cup snake? How about you fucking cut my snake, love?
Per ya? More like, purr, that pussy looks good. I want to touch it.
Good. Very good, dude. Very good. You're not getting a high five for that. Oh, goodness.
Okay. I can't not retaliate.
Per year. More like, piss off. Leave me alone. Hey.
Hey, is that rhyme enough for you?
Any more stupid little quips or idioms from you, mate?
So what we're trying to say is it's been a big year.
It's been a huge year.
Not just for moments like that, but for OTAT in general, on the air tonight, I think we calculated we did 37 episodes this year.
38. This will be 39.
This is going to be episode 39 just in 2021. If I don't say so myself, that's a solid effort.
That's a feat. 52 weeks in the year. We've had a big year in between. This isn't
There's
just
been plenty of other stuff going on.
This isn't our life as much as we want it to be our
Other
life.
things do have to fit in around this.
Got to pay rent.
Got to pay rent.
I gotta shake it so I can eat.
Shake it.
Shake what your mama gave you.
Shake that money maker, baby. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta fit in. Yeah, you gotta fit in a bit of work. You gotta fit in some gainful employment. Fit in paying rent.
The gropest must grope, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not wearing that. I've learned. I don't care, dude.
You're showing your hand and be like, I haven't got an 8 and 9 offsuit.
Yes. Yeah. And you had a poker night as well.
I did have, yeah. Barely. Because I was a huskily
Got out
human.
third hand.
I was so weak and dehydrated. And again, I was sleep deprived. I went all in on a king 5 offsuit.
This is a good hand. King 5 offsuit.
It wasn't even that thought process. It was like, God, I forgot what sleep's like.
And I'm at home. I love to just go upstairs into my bed.
All in. You haven't even looked at your cards. Doesn't matter.
I'm all into my bed.
I'm Mel Gibson and Maverick.
Yeah. I don't need to. Anything else on the old cellular there that you wanted to touch on?
Well, I think...
Before we wrap it up for a year?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were going to talk about our highlights for the year.
We were going to cover well, you had your highlights. I had my top 5 episodes of the year just to kind of go back in retrospect.
I mean, if you want.
Okay, what did you have? What was your highlights?
Well, I think first thing that came off the ranks was watching a mate get married. Shout out to Bill Renoff in Singleton. I'm catching up with him tonight, the night that this episode drops, Friday the 17th. Watching him get married and the festivities leading up to that was a beautiful moment. It was really sweet watching a close friend move on to the next stage of his life to get a bit serious about it.
It looks sweet.
It was touching.
It looks sweet. He's also, that's one of the most Brisbane-centric stories of all time. I don't know if you want to out him as a human.
Steve Renoff, the Pearl.
Son of Pearl.
Son of one of the greatest footy players of all time. One of the worst pokies players of all time. But great footy player. His son went to school with him. Not name dropping. Just stating the facts that
pretty cool.
That I'm friends with. I'm friends with greatness.
We got friends in high places. And when I say I mean Jake.
I do. Settle down there, gropist. Right?
Never met the guy in my life.
You're friends with the guys at the overnight cell after a couple of nights getting a little bit handsy at the clubs.
Move it on. I'm not paying any more mind.
The festivities leading up to the wedding were fun. We had the Bucks.
Yeah.
A lot of events going on for the Bucks. I won't take up too much time because I realize we're already an hour and 10 in. But one of the things was we had Beer Olympics, and the winners of the Beer Olympics for the event at the Bucks got a certain prize package with some goodies. And the losers had got a big 8 to 9 inch dildo that they had to keep on them and carry with them the entire pub crawl the next day. I went home blackout drunk that night with my big fat dildo, and I sent this video through. And if you do want to see the video, we might post it on our socials. This is going to be really incriminating, but I'm going to show Tom right now, and we're going to get his live reaction to it.
Haven't seen this before.
So first of all, I say,
oh my God, it's big.
It's Bill's. This
is what OTAT's becomes. Jake's sucking on dildos, deep throating.
It's
plastic cocks.
No one can ever accuse me of having a gag reflex.
Happy birthday, Bill.
Oh my God, dude. What did you say at the end there?
Good stuff.
Oh, I thought you said you suck.
I said happy birthday, Bill, at the start when it was his wedding. And then
you based out that fucking big, not black. big Caucasian plastic cock.
Yeah.
Hectic. I wouldn't know what my gag reflex is like. Not willing to try, but I didn't think yours would be like that.
It's probably not good for my stomach, but I could probably eat a whole cucumber without biting.
A useless skill as a straight male.
Yes, okay.
I mean, tell me otherwise. A useless skill.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
So that was the wedding was a highlight. The finding out that I don't have a gag reflex is pretty good as well. Guest steps were fun.
Guest steps were great.
We had a lot of fun with one of our friends, Debauchery Jordan. I think he might be known as
Debaucherous Jordan,
DJ. And having Rick Donald, writer, director, star, maverick, lover, poet, and just good guy of
all-round champion, yeah.
Australia's Sexiest Tradie on Channel 7. Go check that out.
That was one of my highlights for sure.
Yep.
Getting big bad Rick on. Didn't think when we started the podcast we'd be sitting down chatting with genuine actual content creators on genuine actual television.
Someone in the actual hemisphere of free-to-air.
Someone in the industry, and not a... Put it this way, I would way rather sit down with Rick Donald than who, not a household name. I mean, now he is because of us. But a guy who not many have heard of. I'd way rather sit down with him than a Sonia Kruger or even a Karl Stefanovic. I enjoyed that chat.
Yeah.
That was a good time. I didn't think that when we started this, we would be sitting down with people like him making stuff that we genuinely like.
Yeah.
And was actually funny.
And I'll try and not repair the bridge that you may have just burned. Not saying we'll ever interview a Sonia Kruger or a Karl Stefanovic, but if we ever get the opportunity, those would be fun as well.
Reach out, Carl. I mean, no bad blood.
How do you think we stayed up all night back-to-back weeks?
Oh, Carl.
Talk to us and we'll let you know.
Yeah.
But Rick was genuine, salt of the earth, very giving with his time.
And just unearthing a show like that as well was one of my highlights.
Yeah.
Just finding that and being like, okay, this
Correct.
exists.
Correct.
This is out there.
Went to a lot of gigs this year, which we spoke about a little bit in our gigs episode. More coming up next year. A lot of gigs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do a gig sequel by the end of the year.
Also, one of my favorite episodes we've done, the first freestyle episode, F44 gigs.
Yeah. That was
fun.
Some might call it our best episode.
It was up there.
Oh, you guys didn't talk about shit TV?
Oh, you cracked the code. You figured out how to make a solid podcast. You don't talk about Channel 9.
Perfection.
No. You talk about Jensen's.
Was there anything that you wanted to bring up as highlights of the year?
I think you pretty much covered it all.
Okay.
Is there anything I'm missing?
I think there is. I think my number one highlight of the year, ladies and gentlemen, and you might have seen this if you looked at our Insta story on Saturday morning, Tom finally accepted the challenge of the arm wrestle.
I hate that this is how this happened. I hate that we tease something out for 40 plus episodes. It's going to happen. And then the climax is me at my...
You lose!
Me at 40% strength getting fucking toweled up at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, but let's not pretend that we weren't on the same level.
I would argue that you were probably a bit more with it than I.
Just because I can handle myself.
Exactly. So I'd say that I was taken advantage of.
Okay.
But nonetheless, the arm wrestle did happen.
Some would say
Off air.
Some would say arms wrestle because whilst your boy I can't even remember what it used, but Tom must grope someone, used two arms and still lost.
Well, used two arms at the end when I knew it was a lost cause.
Okay, buddy.
When I got down to 4 centimeters off the table, I went, okay, reinforcements. Bring in the second arm.
That worked.
No, it didn't. Yes, Jacob beat me in an arm wrestle. Okay, there you have it.
Let's go.
And when I say that, it requires a lot of context. Jake took advantage of me at the lowest of my lows
You just can't be a gracious loser, can
That's
you?
all right. No, we'll do it again when I'm with it. And again, when
Do you want to do it now?
back in my peak physical state. No, it's a next year thing. We always said at 50, and this is at 48.
Even wallowing in the dumpster of defeat, and I'm moonwalking in the winner's circle, spraying champagne over our cheering crowd. You just can't be happy.
Only Jacob could celebrate so hard about a feat so small.
I wouldn't. A feat so small. That sounds like your fucking debut album, dude.
I'll pay it.
Yes.
I'll pay that. Moonwalked right into that one. That's good stuff.
I wouldn't have made such a big deal out of it if you were just like, if you we could go back through the archives and see how much shit you spoke about, how much you were going to towel me up.
I always back myself. I'll definitely back myself.
There's backing yourself.
It
and
wasn't about
there's
talking down to you. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't call you a gropist. Small footman. I've got more respect than that, but that's okay. I guess it's a one-way street.
People expect more from you, Tom. They don't expect more from me. So that's why you just need to hold yourself to a higher standard.
Well, one of us has to keep the podcast just out of these deep throating golds. That's your standard. You've set your standard. Like a 8-inch dildo at the back of my throat.
The deep throat goat.
You're gonna ask me for a deep throat off and bully me because I can't swallow as much cock as you know.
Hope your cock's bigger than your feet, mate.
It won't be my cock I'm sucking, but
Well, we'll see.
Remove a couple of ribs.
Pull a Marilyn Manson.
Hey, there's still time.
If you have made it this far into the journey that is on the air tonight throughout 2021, we do want to say thank you so much for joining us.
From the bottom of our farts.
From the bottom of our sharty diapers, we've pulled out a little bit of appreciation. Look, thanks so much. We do hope that you go into the holiday season with lots of love and warmth in your heart. It's hard to not be warm in this fucking weather at the moment. But no, look, we hope you do have a good break. If you do get a break, if not, you're clearly an essential worker. So best of luck to you. But
try to take some time off if you can.
Please do. Yeah.
Don't work if you don't have to.
If you couldn't tell the quality of me personally, Tom's been holding things up like a champion because he's the best co-host you could ask for. But I'm feeling absolute fucking burnt toast at the moment, and it's not just the big weekend. It's been a big year. So I'm taking a moment to the wind is out of my sails, so I'm taking a moment to anchor up at port, refill the stock. Get my peg leg polished again.
Get some fresh tires on there.
Tires on a ship. Yep. Good metaphor. Good, thanks for keeping on it, man.
Grease the wheels. Put up the flagpole.
Did I say best host I could ask for? And
polish the boots.
Be ready to come into the new year. Hopefully firing fit, but we'll see what happens.
Watch this space for next year. OTAT goes to another level.
Or maybe it doesn't.
2022. Okay.
Maybe it doesn't, and maybe this is the last episode ever.
Okay. I think Jakey's definitely needs a break for the year.
I'm grumpy.
Trying to hook the audience to stick around for one more year. Don't do it. This is it. I need to sleep.
No, yeah, hang around. We'll be back better than ever next year.
It'll be good times. And there was another thing that I had right there in the barrel. Now it's gone, skis.
You were thinking about the end of the year, us wrapping up the podcast for the year, taking a couple of weeks off, coming back next year better than ever.
I think I was just going to say watch this space. And also thank you so much. I don't think I've expressed my gratitude enough for the OTATer, the POTATer. So if you do consider yourself a POTATer, consider yourself thanked. Consider us grateful. And go and have a couple of baked spuds over the new year.
Yeah.
Have a couple of baked potaters.
Treat yourself to a bowl of room temperature tap water with some rolled oats in it, ladies and gentlemen.
If you're a potater, eat some potaters. Thank you so much. And on that note, I think that's us.
That's us.
I think that's us for the year.
Merry Beersmas.
Merry Beersmas. See you next year, kids.
And a happy new beer.